Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, back with another reaction video. Today, we finna react to top 10 NBA playoff choke artists of all time. This is by the homie Maverick. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the homie channel, man. With the likes, up, the views, up, the comments, up, subscribers, up, and all that good stuff over there on his channel. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all already know they show that love over here. We show that love right back. And without further ado, let's get right into the top 10 NBA playoff choke artists. This should be interesting. If Chris Paul ain't number one, I don't know about this list, Maverick. I don't know about this list. Chris Paul got to be number one. It's got to be Chris Paul. Chris Paul has got to be number one. This got to be Chris Paul. Got to be the biggest choke artist to ever fucking exist, bro. Like, a lot of people might say Iverson. A lot of people might say Tracy McGrady. A lot of people might say fucking Paul George. Paul George should definitely be in the top three. Some people might even say Carmelo Anthony, even though I don't know about Carmelo. Carmelo just didn't have good teams, or his teams just didn't have good chemistry, or it was the coach. One of the two, bro. Or he just ran into or he ran into an opponent that was going to knock him off regardless. So, yeah. Trying to think, is there anybody else? Oh, James Harden. James Harden. I think James Harden and Paul George, them two niggas should be in the running for top 10 playoff choke artists. They should be top three for sure. But anyway, so without further ado, let's get right into it.
What's going on, E-Unit? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Mav, bringing you back to yet another list video. We're going to talk about the top 10 NBA playoff choke artists. I'm gonna try to.
Goddamn, nigga, sound like you with a GTA server, bro. What the hell going on in the background? What the hell going on in the background, bro? Sound like you in a goddamn GTA server right now, cuz. What the hell?
These nuts. These nuts. Nuts. These nuts.
Police! Police! Help! Police! Help! Police! Help! Help! Police! Help!
Yes. But anyway, so without further ado, let's get back into this.
To record this as fast as possible, you know what I'm saying, and get this out in timely enough because I'm preparing for planning for my 24-hour Twitch affiliate celebration stream, which is happening this weekend, that Saturday night. If y'all don't follow me on Twitch, the link is in the description for that. But I'm still gonna do this so that way I don't have to do this during stream. Hope you guys understand my explicit need to get this out. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into this. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Criteria is what won't be on my list. Anyone with rings. However, I put an amendment to this rule. Those players can qualify for honorable mentions. So when we get to the honorable mentions, do not get triggered. Matter of fact, this is your chance to leave the video now if you're going to get triggered by who's on this list, okay? Oh, you stayed. Perfect. That's cool with me. We can go ahead and get into the list. Let's go ahead and get into the list. Number 10, Russell Westbrook. He's a former league MVP, and he's been to the finals once and got no ring to show for it. He was also a part of the Thunder team that blew a 3-1 lead to the Golden State Warriors. No ring to show for it. Part of the same Thunder.
But is that really his fault, or is that Kevin Durant's fault? You gotta understand who's the real face of that team, bro. It was Kevin Durant, bro. Like, if anything, the reason he didn't get there is because of Kevin, or it was because of injuries, or it's because OKC made a dumb decision to get rid of fucking James Harden when they shouldn't have got rid of James Harden. Because I feel like for Russell Westbrook, it's just been a series of unfortunate events, and a lot of it ain't his fault. Like, him getting, like, Patrick Beverly running into his knee on purpose, that shit was uncalled for. He didn't deserve that. Then there was the time fucking then there was the following season. They lost Serge Ibaka for like a good chunk. They lost Serge Ibaka for about like 4 or 5 games, and then he finally came back, but it was too late, and the Spurs pretty much just knocked him the fuck out. And then the next year, Kevin Durant had a foot injury that kept him out for the whole season. Then the 3-1 lead happened, but at the same time, you still have Kevin Durant on that team. Yeah. Then he ended up joining a team that ended up beating him. Like, I don't know about that one. I don't know about Russell Westbrook, but it's just been a series of unfortunate events. Like, he's tried, but it's like shit just don't work in his favor, bro. And it's not his fault, really. It's really the teams that he played for. But I understand why you put him on here, though.
Under Big Three with PG-13 and Melo, and still couldn't beat Spider Mitch and the Jazz.
Okay, I can't make no excuse for that one. Yeah, I can understand now. Yeah, when he had Melo and PG, and then with him and PG. But then again, Paul George was playing like ass. Paul George was playing like ass during them series. Like, let's keep it real, bro. Sometimes this man just needed some help, bro. And the help that he got was ass, bro. Let's be real. Paul George, if Paul George ain't in the top 3 on here, I don't know about this list.
No ring to show for it. Got blamed for the Lakers' failures, but he wasn't shooting good, so that's no excuse. Got cucked by that same Lakers team that had LeBron at the spearhead in the bubble just a year back. I don't even think he made the playoffs with Washington, and he
made the playoffs with Washington. Actually, he averaged a triple-double that season. That was his 4th time averaging a triple-double that season. And he was pretty good in that series. He just ran into a better team. I forgot who they played in the first round. I think they played I think they played Boston in the first round. Yeah. Did they play Boston in the first? Yeah, they played Boston in the first round. No, they didn't play Boston in the first round. Brooklyn played them in the first round. Who the fuck did they play in the first round? I know it wasn't Miami because the Bucks got Miami that year. That was the year we won the championship. So the Bucks took on Miami. Then we faced Brooklyn in the second round. Then we ended up facing. They faced Philly in the first round. That's what they would face. They faced Philly in the first round. Yeah, they was going to get. Yeah, that wasn't going to be a successful series for them when he was in Washington, bro. When they going up against that Philadelphia team, bro. Yeah, they wasn't going to make it out of that one. But Russell Westbrook played his ass off, though. Say what you want, but he played his ass off in that series. It just wasn't enough. They didn't have nobody to guard Joel Embiid, so it was a wrap.
2 first-round exits under his belt as a Clipper. Need I say more?
That wasn't his fault. Kawhi didn't want to. Kawhi never fucking healthy. You can't really blame Russ for that, bro. You can't blame Russ for shit that's out of his control.
Coming in at number 9, Carmelo Anthony. Now, I hate to put him on here because he's still one of my favorite players of all time. But he's only made it to the conference finals once. And the rest of it was the team's fault. New York never really built a good team around him until 2013. But even then, they still fucked around and failed. Yeah, a lot of the teams he played for, they didn't build around him, or they didn't believe in him, or he was just past his prime at that point. It is what it is. It is what it is, though. But still, Hall of Famer, still my top 5. I don't care. And we love to give excuses for him having a deeper bag, but let's just be real. If Carmelo was a big bucket getter like that, man, if he was really adamant about winning championships like that, he'd have one. But instead, he's just holding on to the Olympic gold medals. But nah, man. But yeah, when he was with Denver, the only time he got to the conference finals was 2009, and they ran into Kobe. And they gave Kobe a run for his money. But even in the years after that, Melo hasn't been to a conference final. New York Knicks, he only made it out of the first round once. And that was when they finally took out Boston. And then they got smoked by Indiana. They had to wait until Boston traded away Ray Allen for Jason, so that way Jason Terry could come through with his old bud, and they all were old. And Melo had a clear, distinct advantage when it comes to parity of the roster. And then when they ran into a younger, faster, inspired Pacers team with PG-13, Lance O'Neal, Dan Stephenson, George Hill, David West, Big Boy, Roy Hibbert, you know what I'm saying? They got cooked. And DJ Augustine off the bench was torching them too. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, they never made the playoffs again while he was a Knick because he ate up all the cap space. And then when he went join,
No, they traded away JR and Iman Shumpert and started building a bullshit. And then Phil Jackson wanted to run the fucking triangle, and that shit wasn't gonna work in today's time. Like, come on, bro. We gotta look at everything around it, bro. You gotta look at everything around it, bro. It's deeper. Like, I get it. Melo should have put more effort in, but at the same time, he lost his team, bro. Once they got rid of JR, once they said JR and Iman to fucking Cleveland, and they got back pennies. I forgot who they got in that trade. I know they got some bums in that trade. They got some pennies in that trade, bro. They traded away good money for pennies. Say, look, pennies. Like, fuck is that? You just gave away like $200 million. Like, but it's pennies. Like, bruh. And then they had Kristaps Porzingis. That didn't work out. Then Phil Jackson was just creating a toxic environment. So that pretty much forced Carmelo to just say, fuck it, trade me. Do what you gotta do. I don't care no more.
OKC, as I mentioned in the last entry, got ousted the first round. Didn't do nothing with the Rockets. Got eliminated first round by the Lakers when he was a Blazer. Got eliminated first round when he was a Laker by the Suns. So coming in at number 8, Steve Nash.
I forgot about Steve Nash.
Here is because he won 2 back-to-back MVPs controversially, like I said before, and he has no ring to show for it.
That 2007 one, he had a chance in 2007, bro. But that bullshit, Robert Horry did that bullshit, which made Amari Stoudemire and I forgot who else come off the bench, and then they got suspended, and that's how the Spurs ended up. Because I feel like the Phoenix Suns was gonna take over in 2007 until Robert Horry did that bullshit.
Was he going up against some tougher teams? Yeah, mainly the Spurs, but he could have beat the Mavericks if he wanted to. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't help. What doesn't help his case is that in a playoff run, he never averaged 30 points a game. Assist numbers were crazy, but he never cracked 30 points per game. So yeah, some blame got to go on Steve.
Yeah, he even said it himself. He hated the fact that he wasn't a selfish player. If he had been a little bit more selfish, he could have possibly went to an NBA Finals at least once. And I was like, nigga, you think? Clearly, you was giving niggas problems, and all you had to do. Sometimes you got to be selfish, bro. It's not about the stats. It's not about getting your teammates involved. If the motherfucker in front of you can't guard you, you take advantage. It's the playoffs, bro. It's do or die every game. So if you got the advantage on your opponent, you better take fucking advantage instead of being like, oh, I ain't get him enough touches. Let me throw it down here. Let's run a pick and roll so I can get him some points. Like, no, fuck that. You the star. Make it happen. You the MVP.
And on top of that, Steve wasn't really all that good on defense. What I'm not going to do is count his Laker years against him because that was when he was past his prime and, you know, he had back issues in and out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to fault, you know, Laker Nash. But Dallas Nash and especially Phoenix Nash, I would definitely hold their feet to the fire. Coming in number 7, we got Mr. PG-13 himself, playoff.
This top 3 right here. This nigga top 3 choker, bro. This a top 3 choker right here, bro. I'm sorry. This is a top 3 choker right here, bro. This nigga has cost so many teams chances to go to move on, bro, because he don't show up, bro. He gotta be top 3, bro. This nigga is ass, bro. I'm sorry, but Paul George is ass, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So all the Paul George fans out there that's like 13, 14 years old right now, this nigga's trash.
That shit is fucking trash, dog. Get the fuck off the airwaves.
Trash!
Pandemic Pete, Paul George. Now, a
Cut
lot of his
that
player
bitch out!
failures were because he ran into LeBron early on in his career. But however, that series against the Blazers, I'm not going to excuse that. That series against the Jazz, can't excuse that. you know. And I definitely cannot excuse when he blew a 3-1 lead when he was with the Los Angeles Clippers in the 2020 bubble. I'm definitely not going to excuse that. He failed to show up to play, fumbling the bag everywhere in Game 7. And then in 2021, he got cucked by the freaking Suns. Yeah, Kawhi was out, leaving him to be the man, but PG, you supposed to be that guy. What happened? And then it was, you know, first round exit after first round exit after that. Like, you only made the conference finals, like, maybe, what, twice in your career? No, 3 times.
3.
Twice on the East and once on the West. No finals trip, no ring to show for it. Ya buns. Number 6, we got his teammate from Philly, Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid has been swept.
This dude should be top 5. He ain't never made it past the second round and never will.
In the first round. I don't think he's ever made it past the second round in his career.
Never.
There's a lot that have to do with injuries, sure, but even when he's on the court, he doesn't do very
Nah, not 2019. There wasn't no 2019. There wasn't no excuse. He lost. He lost. He could have put a little bit more effort in. I think it was one game where he. I think it was one game where he scored. He scored 9 points the whole game during that series, but I think it was like game 4 or game 5. He scored like 9 points that entire game, and Stephen A. did this.
How do you do that? How do you do that? What the hell is going on?
He made Stephen A. lash out because of that, bruh. That nigga had 9 points the entire game, bruh.
very good. Remember when he vastly underperformed against the Celtics like a few years back, when the Celtics made the finals against the Golden State Warriors, and then like he let Jason Tatum go off on them Game 7 while he disappeared. Do y'all remember that? And then like you remember the Mavs game where he hardly even put up any points? You know what I'm saying? From the field, like most of his points was at the free throw line, and he still got out clutched by I think it was Giannis. Well, I don't know. I remember in one of their little runs that Giannis and the Bucks had. They beat these guys, and Embiid was selling. And even on the Olympic stage, this dude was selling, but he got bailed out because of his talent around him on the Olympic stage. But yeah, man, you can't trust Joel Embiid. And like I said about Steve Nash, he got a league MVP, but no championship. No championship.
Try.
Why are we wasting time with this guy?
Try.
Coming in number 5, DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan got swept twice by LeBron. Swept once by Wizards team with an aging Paul Pierce, an injury-prone John Wall, and an uprising Bradley Beal, which is embarrassing. They had Gortat, they had Nene.
They didn't get swept by the They didn't get swept by the by the Washington Wizards. That series went back and forth, and I think Toronto won that series. If I'm not mistaken. That was 2015. Yeah, Toronto won that series. The series you probably thinking about is the Brooklyn Nets series with Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. That was the Brooklyn Nets, not the Washington Wizards.
Hey, sure, but still, look at all their cores. Look at all their core players, man. Like DeMar, your team was younger, faster. Y'all should have adapted. And then like even in the year before that, you did not want anything to do with the ball late in the game. You deferred to Kyle Lowry. It's a reason why the Toronto Raptors won a championship immediately after they traded this guy. It's a reason why. Clear reason why. And then like you couldn't even get the Bulls to the playoffs. And you couldn't even qualify. You couldn't even get to the Spurs to the playoffs. So what makes Sacramento fans think he's the answer?
He got Sacramento there his first year. He got him there. They got bounced to the first round by Jokic, but they made it. They made it 1 year, and then with the Bulls, there was the 2022 when he first got there. When he first got there, there was him, Zach LaVine, and then Lonzo Ball. But Lonzo Ball ended up having them knee problems. Yeah, because I remember because they got swept in the first round, and that's how Chris Middleton got injured, and that's how we got eliminated by the freaking Celtics. Man, we should have been 2-time champions. Can only dream. Can only dream.
Or the GM or the front office. But anyway, Kundu in number 4. I actually put two players there because when they choke together, and their names are Ewing, John Starks and Patrick Ewing. Now, granted, they were a great duo together in the regular season, but come playoff time, they turned into a shell of themselves. Especially during that finals against the Houston Rockets, when John Starks went 0 for 11 from downtown and 2 of 15 from the field, and then I think Ewing only had 15 points that game too, and he was getting cooked on defense by Hakeem Olajuwon. Ugh. And then I think Ewing was choking in the '99 finals too. Now I'm not sure if Starks was a part of that team anymore, but still.
No, Starks wasn't part of that team, and Ewing tore his Achilles in the first round. So Ewing wasn't even playing. So yeah, that Knicks team went on a run without him. I think it was the first round. It might have been the second round when Ewing tore his Achilles. Because once Ewing's Achilles popped, that was it for him. He was done.
Ewing choked in that finals too. Like, how are you considered a gold level center, but your record is 0-2? Now, granted, he's one of the victims of the curse of Michael Jordan, meaning you lost because you shouldn't have played with Jordan. But I cannot excuse the times when Jordan wasn't in your way that you fumbled the bag. Especially, like, you remember when he missed a point-blank layup in one of the earlier rounds?
Yep.
You remember when he missed a point-blank layup to force the game to OT?
Yep.
He's just not clutch.
Yeah.
Neither is John Starks. They're just not clutch. What more can I say at this point about these two? What more can I say? Anyway, let me stop. Coming in third place, the bronze medal goes to certified back from himself, Mr. Chris Paul. Chris Paul.
Come on. This should be number one, bro. Come on, dog. This should be number one, bro. This man has failed in every team he has played for. He has failed. Every team he has played for, he has failed, bro. Look at this, bro. When he was in New Orleans, failed. When he was with the Clippers, failed. And he had all that talent around him. He had J.J. Redick, Jamal Crawford, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, Caron Butler, Lamar Odom, fucking Matt Barnes. Goddamn, who else? Who else was on the fucking Clippers team while he was there? Yeah, fucking Paul Pierce, Big Baby Davis, Josh Smith, Lance Stevenson. Nigga has so much fucking talent when he was on the Clippers. How do you not lead those teams to at least a conference finals at the bare minimum? This nigga couldn't even get past the second round. Ass. Then he finally gets to the conference finals with the Rockets. Guess what? Tears his hamstring. Ass. OKC. Ass. The Phoenix Suns. Well, you know what that story goes. You know how that story goes. You know how that story goes. Then he get to the goddamn Golden State Warriors. Ass. And then he on the goddamn San Antonio Spurs right now. Trash.
It don't matter what team he on. It don't matter what round of the playoffs it could be. It could be conference. It could be first round. It could be semis. It could be any of those. But if Chris Paul is on your team, you're guaranteed an L somewhere in the playoffs. Let's just be real. You guaranteed an L. Like, he never won a championship. Like, he just retired this season. And he's always been considered a league MVP level candidate. He's always been considered that. But still, even then, he never, ever hoisted a Larry O'Brien. Let's run down the list. He blew a 2-0 lead as a Hornet. He blew a 3-1 lead as a Clipper. And he lost in the conference semis when he was with Houston against the same Golden State team he busted his hamstring against the year previous. He got outclutched in 7 games by somebody else who we're going to name on this list. And then he took his talents to Phoenix. 2021, he blew a 2-0 lead to the Bucks in the NBA Finals. That was his last shot, and in one of those games, he only scored 6 points. I remember seeing this with my own eyes. I'm like, you can't count on this dude, Chris Paul, man.
Why would you bet against Giannis? Who would bet against Giannis in that series? Who was betting against Giannis? Y'all was really betting against Giannis because they had a 2-0 lead. Oh, oh,
How do you do that? How do you do that? What the hell is going on?
oh my God, bro. Ain't no fucking way, bro. Ain't no way y'all sat up here and betted against Giannis, bro. Come on, dog.
Choke artist. Didn't do shit in Golden State. And by the time you made it to San Antonio, you were relegated to just, you know, a mentorship role. So, yeah, what more do I need to say about certified bag fumbler CP3? What more do I need to say? Oh, yeah. Not to mention, you got sunned by Luka Doncic and the Mavericks the year after y'all won the championship. What more can I say? Silver medal of chokers goes to Karl Malone. Remember, Scotty said the mailman don't deliver on Sundays for a reason. You remember that time when he missed like 2 straight free throws in the fourth quarter, man, of the '97 finals? And granted, he was league MVP, just like Steve Nash was, just like Westbrook was, just like Embiid was, and he still couldn't bring in a championship. What sense? What's the MVP worth if we can't haul in the title? What's it worth? And then in the '98 finals in the clutch, you got stripped by Mike. Embarrassing. You went to the finals 2 straight times and you still couldn't get one? You couldn't get one? Carl.
I'm telling me no.
Anyway, before we get to number 1, let's have some dishonorable mentions. These guys didn't make the list for miscellaneous amount of reasons. Vince Carter, I put him on here because, yeah, his Raptors teams outside of him and maybe T-Mac weren't that talented, and I put him on here because for the fact that he missed a 3 during that series against the Sixers way back in, like, I think it was either 01 or 02, one of those.
01.
And then, like, I don't think he made it past the first round as a New Jersey Net either, I think.
No, he made it to the second round. Like, he could never get past the second round as a New Jersey Net. Because it seemed like whoever beat him was the ones that would go on to the finals. So I think the 06 when he dunked on Alonzo Mourning, they was taking on the Heat, and the Heat went on to the finals and won. And then the next year they took on LeBron and the Cavs went on to the finals. And they got bounced in the second round. So yeah, it was a second round exit damn near every year. They made it to the conference. The furthest he ever went was with Orlando. He went to the conference finals with Orlando, but they ran into that Boston Celtics team that was out for revenge that year. Then after that, he went to Dallas. Dallas was pretty solid for him. Dallas was pretty solid for him, but he couldn't get out the first round. Then I think he got stuck in Memphis for a couple of years, and Memphis was pretty much never going to reach where they reached in 2013. Memphis went as far as where they went in 2013 for a reason, bro. So yeah. So he was playing on a pretty much a team that pretty much was done. They reached their ceiling. Then after that, I think he went to. Then after that, he went to Atlanta, and that pretty much was the rest. That was the end of. Then COVID ended his career. That's crazy.
And then when he was with the Orlando Magic and got to his only conference finals of his career, he missed some critical free throws. So yeah, like the Magic should have went to the finals that year if Vince Carter makes those free throws. And then by the time he got to like Phoenix and Dallas, his prime was pretty much over. He fooled us with that pump fake 3 he hit in the corner, but apart from that, man, he definitely was, you know what I'm saying, was not the same guy in the playoffs. Nick Anderson, he's on here for missing 4 straight free throws in the 1994 finals.
I mean, but that was one time though. Like after that, I mean, the Orlando Magic just went downhill from there. Shaq ended up leaving. Penny started getting injured a lot. Yeah, it was over.
1995 finals. And his career was never the same after that. Since then, the Magic have never claimed a title. The Magic only got there really one other time, and that's 10 years after his retirement. But I put him on here as honorable mention because that Magic team got swept. David Robinson, when he was the ace, when he was the number one guy on the Spurs, he wasn't winning no titles. But when Duncan took the crown off of his head and put it on himself, they finally get one. What was David Robinson doing without Duncan? Let's just be real. I love David Robinson, quality guy, but still, not a champion without Duncan. Wilter Stilt, remember, he got rings too, but
I don't know about that one, bro. I don't know about this one. Bro. This is probably one of the most dominant players to ever fucking exist. I don't agree with this one at all. No, I don't agree with this one at all. This is one of the most dominant players to ever fucking exist, bro. Granted, yes, he only has 2 rings to show for it, but at the same time, it's like he was coming up in an era, man, where he was going off against somebody. You gotta think about it, man. He was pretty much the dominant player on the team, bro. The Boston Celtics was a tight unit. They already knew what to do. It's like, man, just lock him down, foul him, make him shoot free throws. You nuke him that way. So yeah, it wasn't until what, when Bill Russell retired, he started he's got him a couple of rings and dipped. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended, but but yeah, that's really what it was. I mean, he just ran into a better team. It happens, dog. You run into better teams. I wouldn't call you a choke artist because you run into a better team. If you keep losing to the same team, I can't call you a choke artist. Especially as dominant as this dude was, his stats is undeniable. Minus that 100-point game, I don't believe he scored 100 points. I honestly believe he scored like 90 points or something like that. He had to score like close around like 90. And then they lost count and they just said he scored 100. That's what I think happened.
his record is above 500. His finals record above 500. He was I think it was 2 of 4, 2 of 5, something around there. But I know he just got 2 out of all the times with the finals. Like he could stat stuff because he had so many athletic advantages over his opponents, but his stats didn't really equate to much wins when it matters the most. Jerry West, same thing, same reason. Jerry West only has, I think, maybe like 1 championship. And people call him Mr. Clutch all the time. But he lost 8 times in the finals. And I'm not sure if that could warrant him that phrase. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he was just...
I don't know, bro. If you reach the finals, I don't know if I could call you a choker. I call you a choker if you can't get it done. Like this dude, like I don't know if anybody ever seen his stats in the finals. There's a reason why this dude is the only player to lose the NBA finals and still get finals MVP. This nigga stats was off the charts. Hey, yo, RP to Jerry West, bro. This nigga stats was off the fucking charts. Ain't no fucking way, bro. I can't put him on here either, bro. I feel like you try your best, but it's not enough, man. It happens.
Maybe it was just back then, it was just a loose term. I don't consider somebody 1 and 8 in the finals really all that clutch. No disrespect. Rest in peace to both these legends I just mentioned. But still. And then last but not least, your glorious king himself. LeBron James. Same reason. He got championships, no doubt. But he went to the finals 10 times and only got 4. So that's still below 500. That's still not passing. You didn't win most of the times that you went. I'm sorry, LeBron. What saved you from getting on this list, as much playoff meltdowns as you have had, especially in recent memory, and don't even get me started about 2011 and what happened this year against my Timberwolves. But for as much rings as you've gotten, how many times you went there soured it, because you lost more times than you have won. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, people are still questioning the legitimacy of your rings, but I still think all rings count. But yeah.
I say this. It's not a choker. I don't think he's a choker, but I do think he's a little overhyped. Well, not a little, a lot. But I wouldn't calling him a choker. I don't know about that one. But I do think he's a lot overhyped. I think that 2011 one, yeah, he choked in that one. Let's see here. The 2014. Oh my God, Spurs put belt to ass on them. They got their revenge back in blood, my nigga. God damn, they beat the fuck out of the Miami Heat in that finals that year. That was the most forgettable finals I think I've ever. I don't remember too much about that final, but I do remember it was belt to ass throughout that entire finals, bro. When they faced the Spurs, when they ran it back against the Spurs of 2014. Oh my God, they put belt to ass. They made LeBron James look like. They tried to cover up LeBron, like saying like Dwayne Wade is too old and Chris Bosh can't do anything. Chris Bosh is too soft. No, the reality was they locked that whole team down. LeBron couldn't do shit. There's a reason why Kawhi Leonard won Finals MVP. That whole team couldn't do shit. Eric Spoelstra got outcoached in every way imaginable, bro. The Spurs put belt to ass on LeBron in that year. 2015, he had to do everything by himself. He was injured. I get that. 2016, that's questionable. At overtime, I didn't used to think it was rigged, but going back and looking at it now, that shit kind of questionable now. That 2016 shit is kind of questionable, bro. 2017, you had no chance. 2018, you had no chance. Bro, it didn't matter if he had Kyrie and Kevin Love, bro. He had no chance. So would I call him a choker in that situation? Not really, but I mean, you could have at least did some. You could at least got to like 6 games at the bare minimum, bro. You could at least got 2 games out of that, bro, if you actually tried. Because he didn't. He gave up. Especially in 2018, he gave up. And it's been downhill ever since then, bro. It's been excuse after excuse after excuse. If he loses, it's always an excuse. Like this year, like, what was it this year? He had the fucking knee sprain, but then he on video dancing and shit. Like, oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot I had the knee sprain. Dang. How you have an MCL sprain, but you out here dancing and jigging with somebody? Come on, bro. You fucking liar. Stop the cat, bro.
Bitch, shut the fuck up, lying ass bitch.
Lie detector test determined that was a lie.
I'm just saying, bro. So what I call him a choker? Not really, but an overhyped player that I feel like gets too much credit. Yes, overhyped. I still say his 2018 run is his most overrated run. You got swept in the finals. That's not a great run, bro. That's not a great one. How's that a dominant? Bro, 2018 LeBron is the greatest LeBron ever. How? He got swept, my nigga. Didn't even win a game. But that's because J.R. Smith. No, you still had overtime. You had 5 extra minutes. 5. You had 5 extra minutes to get the win. If he was that dominant, if he was as dominant as y'all say he was, he should have been able to get that game won regardless of whether you go into overtime or not. Don't try to move the goalposts, LeBron fans. Then there was fucking I'm trying to think. It was another series. It was another playoff run too. Like, trying to think. There was 2009. That's if there was 2009, 2010, 2011, that 3-year run right there alone, that would definitely make me consider you a choker. Because he had a 3-year run where he did not show up when it mattered most. 2009, he played terrible at Game 5 and Game 6. 2010, from Game 3 to Game 6, ass, straight ass. And then do we even got to talk about 2011? From Game 2 to Game 6, ass. So I would say he's more overhyped than overrated than a choker.
Yeah, man. Like, Y'all put him above Michael with a below 500 finals record. It's not about Michael having 6. It's not about LeBron having 4. It's the fact that LeBron lost. He lost more times than Jordan and Kobe combined in the finals. He lost way more times. He even lost more than Duncan, and Duncan only lost once. Lost more than Dirk even. Lost more than Kevin Garnett even. A lot of his peers. Lost more than Iverson. But hey, let me not rant too long. I'm gonna try to cut the LeBron fans a break today. I try to cut you sexuals, Brown sexuals a break today. Let me move on to number 1. You should already know who takes my list for the number 1 spot. It's James freaking Harden. This man has been in the playoffs every single year. A former league MVP like Karl Malone, like Steve Nash, like Embiid, like Westbrook, and no championship to show for it. Ass. Oklahoma City, you went to the finals only that one time, and you shot 30-something% from the field.
Yeah, that your one finals performance is what started your choker claim, bro. How you go to the finals and that's where your downfall began. That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. How you get to the finals and that's where your downfall began? That's crazy, bro.
Try it.
This nigga downfall began when he got to the finals, bro. That's crazy. Yo, I just realized that his downfall began when he made it to the finals, bro. That's crazy, bro. Oh my God. Then in Houston, I mean, you was putting up the numbers, but when it mattered most, ass. Brooklyn, you had a chance, but no, you had to get fat to get off Houston. You had to be fat to get off Houston. Then you try to lose all the weight, and then it came back and bit your ass when y'all got to the playoffs. And that's how my Bucks won a championship. Philly, ass. Clippers, ass. You keep showing you don't show up when it matters, bro. Same thing. It's the same shit. New year. Just like 2K, my nigga. Just like NBA 2K. Same shit. New year. That's crazy, bro. The best thing I can say about it is he never missed the playoffs once. He's never missed the playoffs. But he damn sure don't do nothing when he get there.
And like in the teens for the 3-point line. Non-factor. Trash. Went to Houston. You lost in the most epic way possible. In every which way to the Golden State Warriors. You had a big lead going to...
Well, to be fair, that was a team thing. Just like what the Boston Celtics went through this year, y'all would consider that more of a team thing than y'all would with what the Boston Celtics went through with the New York Knicks. Y'all would consider that more of a team thing, right? I would consider what happened in Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals in 2018. I would consider that a team thing. I can't really blame him for that one, but he does get some of the blame, but not all of it.
Into the fourth, and you and your team still kept wanting to shoot threes. Y'all deserve to lose that one. And then Grant, and y'all also lost to the Spurs the year before that, and that was an epic choke job. Brooklyn, you still didn't lose all that weight, but at the same time you had a busted hamstring, and I'm not going to fault you for that. I'm going to fault Kevin Durant's big 8 feet, but I will fault you for having a piss poor closeout game that series, as well as your Sixers series against, I think it was Boston that time, where he only had 11 points, I think.
Nope, he got traded to Philly. He didn't play for Brooklyn the next year. The following year, he only played for Brooklyn like half the year. Then they traded him because he wanted out. Then I think I forgot who he played. I forgot who Philly played. They played some team, and I think they got to the second round, and then they went into Boston the next year. So he did run into Boston, but it was with Philly, not Brooklyn. And then no, it wasn't Boston. It wasn't Boston. Because Boston faced us in the second round. No. Y'all faced the Heat in the second round. That's what it was. Y'all faced the Heat in the second round, and the Heat whooped y'all ass. That's who it was. Wasn't Boston, because I just thought about it. I was like, wait a minute. We faced the Boston in the second round, and we damn near almost beat them and went back to go back to the Eastern Conference Finals to defend our championship. But I digress. Bad memories, man.
Or did he only score 5 or something like that? I know it was something low scoring. And then as far as the Clippers, man, y'all were supposed to beat the Nuggets because y'all had the deeper team and y'all were defensively more sound somewhat. But you turned it to little game James. And then the past 2 years you've been on the Clippers, you were getting first round exited. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear any more excuses about James Harden having a longer peak than Dwayne Wade, or what my old friend Shumaki from high school said about James Harden being better than Kobe Bryant. Stop all that nonsense.
Whoever said this man is better than Kobe Bryant need to kill themselves. And whoever said this man better than Dwayne Wade, kill yourself too. Shit, there's no way. One MVP does not equate to the shit that Dwayne Wade did. Dwayne Wade carried the team to the finals. You can't on some Michael Jordan shit. He carried the team to the finals on some Michael Jordan shit. You could never discredit Dwayne Wade. He won his rings before LeBron got there. Now, granted, a lot of people gonna say, "Well, he had Shaq though," but he had Shaq though. Shaq wasn't doing shit though. That's the crazy part. Shaq wasn't doing shit. Even in that Eastern Conference Finals against the goddamn Pistons, bro. Ben Wallace was giving Shaq the business. I think he was giving Shaq the business. Shaq tried to go for a dunk. Nigga, he said, "Nigga, sit your big ass down." He had Shaq on the floor. Bro. Dwayne Wade had to carry that team by himself, bro. So I never. And Kobe, come on, bro. Can't even put this man in the same conversation with Kobe Bryant. Fuck out of here. Not even in the same conversation with Iverson, nigga. Fuck out of here, bro. Not even the same conversation with Iverson, bro. Don't put this man nowhere near them. Iverson gave you his all. That's the one thing you could never say about Iverson. Iverson would give you his all. He never choked. He just did the best he could. And that man would go through hell to get a team to the next round, bro. But that was the problem. He was just on his own on offense. James Harden had help. He had shooters around him. So there was really no excuse. Then you had let's see here. You had Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka. Then you had Dwight Howard, Josh Smith. I'm trying to think who else. Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook again. You had Aaron Gordon. You had Eric Gordon. Then you get to Brooklyn. You got Kyrie, Blake Griffin, LaMarcus Aldridge, and Kevin Durant. You get to Philly. You got Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey. Then you get to LA. Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Eric Gordon again, Norman Powell. And you still couldn't get the job done. All those teammates, nah, ass.
Stop all the bullshit. Stop the cap. Stop the lies. Stop the bamboozling. Stop the tomfoolery. Stop the witching, the bewitching. Stop all of this nonsense. Just stop. Is he a top 3 3-point shooter all time? Of course. I'll give him that.
Hell no. I will never put him over Iverson. Never put that man over Iverson. No, you said top 3 shooting guard all time. You putting him over Dwayne Wade. Fuck no. Because it's Michael, Kobe, Dwayne Wade, Iverson. That's it. I know some people going to say, what about Ginobili? Fuck Ginobili. Fuck Spurs.
Borderline, borderline top 2, but he's at 3 for me. Because he don't beat Ray Allen and he don't beat Curry. But is he?
Oh, you said shooter. Okay, I thought you said shooting guard. I thought you said shoot. Oh, you talking about shooter? Oh, if we talking shooter, no, he's still not cracking it. I'm not putting him above Klay Thompson I'm not putting him above Klay Thompson. I'm not putting him above Ray Allen. Ray Allen is clutch. Ray Allen actually wins championships. Shit, I wouldn't even put him above Peja Stojakovic. Fuck no. I wouldn't put him above goddamn who else was a good shooter? Reggie Miller. I wouldn't dare put him above Reggie Miller. Fuck no. Nah, he down at the bottom, bro. He be in the top 10, but he at the bottom, bro. Shit, I wouldn't even put him over Lillard. Lillard actually show up in the clutch.
A top 10 shooting guard of all time? Debatable. But yeah, man, that's gonna be it for this video of my top 10 playoff chokers. Let's do a recap. Let's do a recap. 10, we got Russell Westbrook. 9, we got Melo. 8, we got MV Steve. 7, we got PG-13. 6, we got The Process that I never believed in. For 5th, we got DeMar. 4th, we got Ewing and Starks. 3rd, we got CP3. 2, we got the pedo. And number 1, the beard. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe.
Alrighty, man. That's just gonna about do it for this one, man. Hey, man. Shout out to Maverick, man. Make sure I go subscribe to his channel. When the likes, the views, the comments, and subscribers up over there on his channel. You already know they should have love. Here we go. Should have love right back. I will see you all in the next one. Till then, bye.